But I have seen this in doctrinal statements. Now, I don't have a cow when I see it. It's like, I'm not like the theological Batman, that has to go around and say, hey, did you realize your doctrinal statement is just a joke here, Is the reverse as an equal concern? Do we ever, through our tradition, take things out of context? I mean, we ignore context a lot when we do take things out of context. And sometimes our out of context stuff becomes doctrine. My favorite example is this one. A third of the angels rebelled. You usually, it doesn't take too long before you get, you can easily find if you just Google, a third of the angels rebellion or something like that. You're going to get stories about how Satan took a third of the angels with him before the fall, or maybe before creation, or before this or that, something primeval. Well, the problem is there isn't a single verse in Scripture that actually says that. And if you actually search for words like three and third and the word angel in the same verse, you'll only find it in Revelation 12. And Revelation 12 does describe a war in heaven where a third of the stars, are they angels or not? We'll just assume for the sake of the discussion that they are. A third of them, are taken or, defeated by the dragon. Isn't that interesting wording? It doesn't sound like he took them with him. It sounds like he defeated them. Okay, but let's pull out back from that. Just go with the illustration. There you get a third of the angels associated with the dragon. What's the event that is the catalyst to the war in heaven? It's the birth of Jesus. It's the birth of the Messiah in Revelation 12. It has nothing to do with the fall or primeval stories. It has nothing to do with that. But I have seen this in doctrinal statements. Now, I don't have a cow when I see it. It's like, I'm not like the theological Batman, that has to go around and say, hey, did you realize your doctrinal statement is just a joke here, No, I don't do that, but I'm just making the point, I have seen this in doctrinal statements. How'd that happen? Well, it happened because this has been taught for a couple millennia. Because of early church, this or that, Milton's Paradise Lost kind of popularized it. But that's what you get. So the reverse actually happens. So to wrap up tonight, and I wanted to introduce the first class this way, because we are repeatedly, in the next 15 weeks, going to be referencing ancient Near Eastern material, Second Temple Jewish material. We're going to be looking at things in Scripture and trying to read them as the original writers and original hearers would read and write. What's going on in their head? What is their context? And we can do that a little bit better if we sort of recognize what the Bible is, as opposed to what it isn't.